Geniuses run in my mother's family and they run in my father's family, but so do criminals and insane people. Lots of psychosis.
And so did you get a little of all of that?
Yes, I did.
What's like the worst crime you've ever committed? I won't say it publicly, but I gotta know.
Oh yes, we've got a spicy episode today filled with spicy boys. The Philbros are here, and just fair warning in advance, a lot of this episode is going to have gentlemen yelling about consciousness and shit like that. Now, Joel is on his way. He's running a little late. He swallowed his keys. He says in his message here, sorry, running late, swallowed keys, waiting for them to pass. But when he gets back, he's going to have some great clips for you. But this first clip is a guest I had who really wanted to talk about consciousness and Jesus and infinity and stuff like that. I don't know if I believe in consciousness, at least not the way that they talk about it. Not the way that these guys use it. And I explained that in the clip here. And he just does a really, really great job defending his nonsense. Here's our first Philbro.
Welcome in. What's your age and religion?
I'm 23. I'm Christian. Okay, so essentially Kant said that we invented this deistic God. That's where philosophy always ends, in my opinion. That's where it began with Plato, and we don't even know that Socrates existed. We just used his logic to debunk the guy that is more historically real than Socrates. That's my argument.
Okay. So is that why you think I should believe in the Christian God?
I believe you should believe in the Christian God because you're using Socratic skepticism, which comes from a guy who's named Socrates, who we only have the writings about from Plato and a couple other people who disagree with each other about who Socrates really was. And you're using that Socratic skepticism to be skeptical of the guy who came a couple hundred years later and who is more historically real than Socrates.
You mean Adam or Jesus?
Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
The real God. The living God.
But
my best friend.
Socrates wasn't claiming to be a god, though. When you read what Plato wrote about Socrates, does it say that did he do any miracles? Or is the claim, because I think like Plato wrote about Socrates.
The claim is not that Socrates did any miracles.
Okay,
the
so
claim is that
he
if
might
you're going
exist
to,
or he might not exist. But if he did exist, I would think that he didn't do any miracles. If there's no claim of miracles, then him existing is like somewhat convincing, but it doesn't really matter if he was real or not. Maybe Plato made him up. As far as with Jesus, the claim is that he did miracles, and I don't believe that.
Well, what do you mean by miracles?
Walking on water to wine, healing sick people,
none of that matters
coming
to
back
me.
to life.
The only thing that matters to me is the cross.
Yeah, coming back to life. I don't think that part happened.
Okay, that doesn't matter either.
Okay, so you think that a guy came and died on a cross? I do think that.
No.
happened.
It's not about the guy it's not about what he did. It's about his claims. Think about what
he claimed to do a bunch of miracles, right? Oh, he didn't claim anything. People wrote that.
No. What Jesus, the man, claimed.
Just like Socrates, he was written about by other people. We don't have the writings from Jesus, right?
No. We don't have the writings from Jesus. We have the writings about Socrates from Plato and two other people.
You just said no, and then corrected me with the same thing.
Correct. We have less.
Okay, so you're saying that no, I'm wrong. Jesus didn't make claims, and that we just have people's writings about him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're correct.
Yeah. We just have writings about this guy named Jesus.
Yeah, thanks for correcting me.
And we should be skeptical of those writings because a guy that's less real says we should.
Oh, you're still talking about Socrates, yeah.
Yeah. Socrates is less real than Jesus.
I don't believe in Socrates.
And so is Plato.
He never existed.
Okay, so you're using his logic right now. Why are you using the logic that he came up with to disprove the guy that's more real than him?
I don't care who came up with it. It doesn't matter to me. I just think that it seems to be working.
So you don't care about the existence of Socrates. You don't care about the existence of Plato.
I couldn't.
You don't care, but you care about the existence of Jesus, right?
No.
No?
Jesus could exist or not. It doesn't change my belief in this Bible any more or less.
Okay, so if Jesus didn't exist, then would you exist?
Yes.
Okay, so Jesus would exist if there was not a mediatorial interface between the finite and infinite.
What do you? I don't understand. Like what are you saying?
So something is infinite, right?
We got to slow down these pivots here, buddy. We have a ppm, okay, and it's like 5 ppm, okay, 5 minutes per minute. So let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
I was saying I don't care if Jesus existed or not, and then what did you say?
For reality to exist at all, essentially, this is my argument. For reality to exist at all, there has to be something that connects infinite to finite.
And
And
you
we
think
can't
that
come
you
up with
think that
that
was
through logic.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay, can you like explain to me why I should believe that that was Jesus?
Well, first of all, you have this thing called consciousness,
I don't
right?
believe in that.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're a bot.
Oh no, I'm
Why am I
sentient.
talking?
I'm sentient. I'm self-aware. I just don't believe
No,
in consciousness
well,
the way you do.
you don't have anything that's
I
actually
appreciate
like.
you trying to dehumanize me to like make your argument better, but when you use consciousness, you're using it as a euphemism for a soul. You're trying to make me think that there exists some entity outside of my mind that
Because there
interacts with
does.
me, and I don't believe in it.
Okay, well, you don't have to believe in the obvious immaterial experience that you're experiencing right now,
Okay, you can
but
demonstrate it if this is going to be helpful for you to make me think why Jesus created reality. Or you can try to convince me that the resurrection happened or that something like that if you
I
want.
don't have to. I don't have my argument's ahistorical. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah, I agree that this stuff didn't happen in history. And so what
Nothing happened in history. It's just faith. But anyway,
anyway, so you don't have that for us. What do you have for us? You're gonna say
you say that you're experiencing a purely material reality right now. I wouldn't say that you are, but you're experiencing that via an obviously immaterial interface. How is it that how could we ever reproduce consciousness objectively? Is that possible?
so remember, I don't think consciousness is the right word for it. I don't think you should use that. Or you can tell me what it is.
So you don't know what consciousness.
I don't know. Everyone uses the word differently, like they're con men trying to sell me something. If you can
Oh, for
tell
real?
me what it is and define it to me, I can agree on it for your conversation. But just so you know, whatever you say, someone's going to come up next and disagree with you. No one agrees on what this means.
I guess I would agree with you that it's like sentience. It's your ability to be aware that you're aware. Is that what you think? I would say it's pure intentionality, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so sentience is that's aware that you're aware. If you're just describing that like your brain is alert enough to like think about itself, and that's what consciousness means, right?
I mean, I think pure intentionality would be the most
I don't know what do you mean by that?
anything that which is able to generate pure intent.
Like what makes an intent pure though? Like I don't know like why
Mind,
what?
mind. I think we can have mind without
Do
necessarily
you have a
having
random
soul.
word generator?
No,
What are you saying?
pure intent. It just means pure intent. I don't, well, pure intent.
Okay, I'm
The
going to Google the word
ability
pure
to
intent. Let's
intend.
let's do it cuz you're not
Pure intent.
pure define pure intent. It's the idea of having motivations that are sincere, honest, and free of hidden agendas or selfish desires. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, that's what consciousness is. That's like
Oh,
God, right?
no, that's not what consciousness is at
Oh,
all.
oh,
This,
oh,
this is
okay.
this is about like this is a moral thing. It's about like being honest and good, and like selflessness. It has nothing to do with consciousness.
Okay, okay. So consciousness doesn't exist, so do these morals exist?
Yeah.
Oh, morals exist without consciousness? How's that?
Yeah, because we're sentient. We have brains. We're humans. We think. We have empathy. Those are the things required for morality. Here's my clear issue
Can you
with
explain that to me?
consciousness. Yeah, here's my clear issue with consciousness. Consciousness shouldn't be a ness. Like it should be more of like like a description. It's almost a verb. Like we act consciously. It is the way that we could use it. Like our brains are awake and aware of themselves. You could use the word conscious there, right? They have that ability. But
Yeah, so we're
you guys
bots.
use that as a word meaning outside of your brain there exists a second mind that controls and interacts with your brain mind, right? Like your brain can like taste and feel and see and sense its surroundings and like tell the heart to pump. and then you have a second external conscious mind. I don't think that's true. I think that happens within our gray matter mind. And so I think it's not the right word to use for it, because I think that you're tricking us into thinking that this second mind exists. Because when we think, it feels like we're thinking out here, even though it's really happening in here. And then you use this physical thing of consciousness, this like idea being out here, and then you kind of like talk about this like it's a soul. I don't believe in souls. This is the thing that like so many theists do, is like they, instead of saying you have a soul that's interacting with your mind, they just use the word conscious, and we have to go, I guess conscious is a real word, but then you're just using it to mean soul.
It's like a secret hidden mind, man. It's like totally hidden in that gray matter that you think is like somewhere else, but it's actually in. Okay, that makes sense to me. I can like, I can still incorporate that. That doesn't mean the soul isn't emergent from consciousness itself, because we don't know what consciousness is. We can't say for certain that the soul doesn't exist. You can't say that for certain.
Sure, yeah. So do you want to show a soul or demonstrate a soul or tell me why I think that should exist?
You just did for me. Thanks.
Oh, you convinced me already?
Yeah, you just convinced yourself.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so now I believe in a soul. And so
Right,
why should I
because
believe in the
you
Christian
can't.
God?
Well, here's the thing.
Sorry, one
Scientifically to
second.
me,
For people
please.
in chat who are confused, you missed it. He just convinced me of a soul, or I'd convinced myself of a soul. So now tell me why having a soul means that the Christian God is real.
Obviously, you have a soul, and you're
Obviously,
gaining. Can you
obviously
explain
we don't
where
have souls.
you
I know.
you say that this is in my brain? Can you demonstrate to me that this is in my brain?
Yeah, sure. If you like lop someone's head off, they stop being conscious. They stop being awake and they stop being aware. We see that
Okay,
stop.
so how
Yeah.
do I know that they are conscious at all?
Yeah, you just ask them.
You ask them, and they say yes, I'm conscious.
Yeah. Are you
Okay, so
conscious?
that's how that's how you
Yeah.
determine consciousness.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, do you have a better test? Because
Okay,
I think
hold on. Let
that's
me
a
ask
really, I think that's a
ChatGPT
really
really
good one.
quick if it's conscious.
Okay, so we're gonna ask AI that was created by
Oh,
humans to
wait.
see if it was real. Is that what we're doing?
AI was created by humans. It can produce meaningful outputs. How is that?
Hold on, I'm doing it
How
right
does
now.
that happen at all?
But it's a like algorithmic, right? It just like
So
it scans things and learns things, and then it responds to it.
right, it scans things, it
So do I
learns
say
things, it can
is
respond to
Chat
it.
G? Wait, the G is little, right?
hmm
GPT
Yeah, the G is
conscious?
little because the big G is the real G.
I said, is Chat GPT conscious? It says, no, Chat GPT is not conscious. I'm an advanced language model designed to generate human like text based on patterns in data I've been trained on, but I don't have awareness, emotions, intentions, or subjective experiences. There's a whole bunch more. Is that enough to get an answer?
Yeah, that's fine. How do you know that's not you?
How do I know that Chat GPT isn't me?
No, it's output. How do you know that that itself is not you or me, if that makes sense? Like, how do you know
I'm
that
definitely
that
not convinced that it's not you. We're trying to find out if it's me though. I am alive. I seem to be alive, right?
right, but ChatGPT can seem to be
I
alive
do
as
have
well.
awareness. I have emotions. I have intentions, and I have a subjective experience. So I do have those things. Yeah.
Okay, so you have emotions, intentions, a subjective experience, those things. Okay. ChatGPT doesn't have those?
It just said it does. I asked it, and it said no.
It said no? Okay, so
It
if it
said
says it
in
doesn't,
data
then
I've
it
been
doesn't.
trained on, but I don't have awareness, emotions, intentions, or subjective experiences.
Okay, yeah,
I don't
I
know if
don't
this
believe
is
I have
true.
awareness, emotions, intentions, or subjective experience either.
You don't
I'm a
think you have
bot.
emotions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a bot created by God. God's the real ground of all those things. I'm
Okay.
derivative of that.
All right. Well, good luck with that then. I think we're going to go on to another guest though. Maybe is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Okay. Great stuff today.
Mezzo is such an artist with debates and as a musician. I don't know if you guys realize this. Some of you listening to this might not know that Mezzo is a incredible musician. But the one problem is when you mention a song, he kind of like is compelled to go and play it. And we were sitting here listening to that debate and we were getting ready to record the next intro. And I mentioned Kiss from a Rose. And he's like, oh, I love this song, Kiss from a Rose. And we did like, we did do ba 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 ba. Like we kind of both, we did that like sort of harmony thing. We were singing it. And then he's like, I got to go play that. And I was like, but we're just about to, and he's like, gone. Like he's out. Like he's going to play Kiss from a Rose. Okay, enjoy. But we were in the middle of recording this. Anyway, Philbro alert. I got to say that. Philbro alert, there is a Philbro on the premises. This next debate is going to be with a Philbro. If you hate that, I get it. I was actually kind of nervous when this guy started talking because he had studied me. You'll hear he catalogs things that he's heard me say. He's been watching my lives. And I'm like, okay, this guy's studied up. He's about to cook me. But the problem is when you get into these types of conversations, you can't lose when you're on the non-Christian side. When you're on the Christian side, it's a failure. The religion is a failure. The arguments all fall apart. You can't win. So as much as I was nervous, and sometimes I'm a little bit out of my depth, to be fair, I'm not really a Philbro myself. He still didn't have anything to offer, as you will soon see. BPDs. Sweating Cowboy, are you a Christian?
Yes, I am. But I'm actually more curious about your. I believe on Friday you said you're a materialistic determinist.
I did say that. I did say determinate. I did mention determinism. Now, if you're going to hold my feet to the flame of that, I don't believe that we have free will and that we are determined by our biology and our environment. Is that a material determinist?
So you're a hard determinist, meaning that all events are based off of prior events, including consciousness, which would be based off of synaptic responses in the brain.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So I know you're making a claim for deconstructing your Christianity.
Yeah.
I believe on Friday you also said that deconstructing your Christianity made you more confident, made you feel like you were closer to the truth. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I wasn't saying as many stupid things, and I could be more confident with what I believed in, type of thing. Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to get into that with you and discuss how you justify that in a materialistic determinist worldview.
Right. Well, so through, I guess, my experience and things that are practical, right? Things that will actually work. So, for instance, if you were going to say, "Oh, prayer works," but prayer doesn't work, we don't see it consistently work practically in our world, that's just a claim. I would say, oh, no, that doesn't work. Or if you were going to say that God is love and he sends majority of souls to hell, I'd be like, well, that doesn't make sense just based on what I understand to be love, type of thing. So is that along the lines of what you're saying?
Yeah. But that leads me to ask, why does practicality matter? Why is practicality of value?
Because it works. Just however I want to use it, whatever we want to do. For instance, I don't know that much. I'm not much of a science guy, but they're able to have a airplane, which is a hunk of metal, go up into the air and fly because they want to get to Europe from Canada quicker and not take a boat or whatever. So they can do that, and their goal has been, they've been successful in doing that. And so that's where it's practical, right? And what they used was math and physics, and
it would be no more or less valid to take a boat than a plane.
Yeah, depending on what you want to accomplish, right? If you want to go really slow and enjoy the ocean, then you can take a boat.
That's okay. So then that gets us back to, but that's not a truth claim. That's a preference claim.
Yeah, but there's something practical going on here.
Okay, which brings us back to why is utility of value?
Yeah, because it works for us. We can use it. That's what utility means. We can use it. Why is it a value? Because it's useful.
Because it's useful for
whatever we want to use it for.
For your particular preference, not necessarily for the sake of truth or objectivity, correct?
Well, I don't think that would come into. You're a Philbro, so you would know about category errors, right?
Yep, correct.
Yeah. So, do you think you just made one? I'm not a Philbro, but do you think you just made a category error?
No.
Okay.
So, what I'm trying to point out is that your value of utility is not justified in anything besides my preference, because I like the outcome of a said determined effect. It is not more or less true. It's just more practical.
What is not true? So that planes Planes don't necessarily fly because it's just my opinion that it's practical that they do, or that it's just my preference that I get to Europe faster. That doesn't make sense to me. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying that it's the truth claim would be that it is of value to get to Europe faster.
Yeah. That is simply just my opinion.
Who determines what is useful?
It's just, I guess, us again. We would determine what is useful because it would be useful to us.
Okay, and if we have competing utility claims,
then we would have to. Different people would have different opinions on that, probably.
Right, and they would be predetermined in your worldview, correct? They don't have any actual decision over the matter.
So they would be yes, influenced by our environment or our biology, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so say you have a person who values the humanity's flourishing and productivity. There's utility in human happiness or human productivity, whether that's GDP or
whatever arbitrary value that a particular person were to put on anything.
Okay, so they find value in human flourishing. Another competing utility is that humanity's flourishing is at the detriment to, say, the ecosystem and to various species that are going endangered. Who determines whether either of these value judgments is correct?
We would have to.
In your worldview,
we'd have to.
Neither is correct.
We'd have to sort that out. Like,
how can you just sort it out as a determinant?
Well, we would have to,
because both individuals
are
predetermined to come to that conclusion.
Yeah, but we're living in a sort of like, we're experiencing time in a linear fashion. We don't have the, outside of space and time perspective. So we kind of have to decide for ourselves here and now with each other. And maybe all of that is determined, but we are still there doing this, right? And we have to decide, okay, is it important to keep our ecosystem healthy, or is it important to get more people or something? And then we might come to the conclusion that if we get more people and the ecosystem dies, the more people are going to die because they're not going to be able to survive in the ecosystem. I think we can sort that out.
Well, or you could make the argument of the person who's like, a certain level of human flourishing outweighs the detriment of a minimal amount of
sure. There's a sliding scale there for sure. Yeah, there's a spectrum.
Yeah, it's consequentialism. It's whatever the consequences are, let's mitigate as much consequence and suffering. Is it a no harm principle that you're?
Yeah, I mean, we want to do the least amount of harm as possible, right? I don't know if that's a value of yours, but yeah.
No. Well, even if it were, like, I don't understand why you would value it outside of you have been predetermined by past experiences to believe it. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean
it's not it's
principle is of value. So I can be predetermined to not believe that harming people isn't of value, and I can just go around stabbing people.
Yeah, well, you can, but then there's probably going to be more people who are going to be like, "Don't do that," because we don't want people getting stabbed.
And they would be predetermined to. They would be predetermined to do
sure.
That. That doesn't mean the right to do that.
Well, the right that becomes a word that doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't matter. So I don't know. So what do you get to? What's your point system. Then?
So this is nihilism, correct? Whatever happens, happens.
Well, whatever happens does happen. Is that not true?
It doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't have any purpose.
No, I think that we can assign meaning and purpose to ourselves. And by the way, this is our experience. A lot of this is experience, right? Like, my experience is going to dictate how I feel about this, or the value that I put on it, or the meaning or purpose. All those things, are through my influences and my experience and who I am, who I was born as, and that sort of thing. And I think, do we agree on that?
I would agree that past decisions and circumstances have consequences on current events.
Yeah, so I don't know. So where are we going? Like, can we get to something, Sweating Cowboy?
So what I'm getting at is, like, I think you may be making a conflation between informed decision and predetermined. And then also, like, I don't think you have any basis for morality in a deterministic worldview.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay, so you agree there's no morality.
Yeah, I don't like these moral terms. I think it's a waste of time.
Then how? Okay, that confuses me because you're like making ought statements and
When did I,
towards
what,
some
what
of
was
the
my ought statement?
oh, okay, perfect. The debate topic, which is you ought to dump your Bible.
I said, let's all dump the Bible. It's a suggestion. This is an
Yeah,
I am encouraging it. I think personally, for myself and for other people, I think it would be a better thing. That's true. But I
Better.
do.
What do you mean by better?
Yeah, I do believe in
That's the value judgment.
subjectively. I will say it's subjective right out of the gate.
I'm saying you have no argument to say should. If you're a determinist,
I
you
don't
have
think
no
I
oughts.
personally, subjectively speaking, think we
You have
shouldn't.
no justification for shoulds.
No, I
There
can
is no
say that.
truth.
No, but I can say that, right? Like, I don't think, in my subjective opinion, that we should be causing harm to other people. You might think we should, and then we can talk about it. So,
No, I'm not saying we should cause harm. I'm saying
okay,
that
good.
Joel
I
has
agree.
no
We
basis-
shouldn't cause harm.
Joel has no basis to say that we shouldn't cause harm, because why does Joel value the absence of harm? Because
It's my preference. It's my preference. Okay, so I guess what we have to do is you just have to prove to me that there is objective morality, and then I'll agree with you, and then we can all go home. So just prove the objective
I don't
morality.
actually have to prove that there's objective reality. I just
No,
have to prove that
morality,
determinism
objective
is
morality. Can you prove? I think, like, you're saying that my values or my morality, me thinking something's good, is vapid. I don't have any grounding for that. I can't just say that something
based off
is
of your worldview.
Yeah, right. So
Based
all
off-
I'm saying is,
not based
do
off
you
my
have
worldview,
something
based
else
off
to
your
offer?
worldview.
Do you have something else to offer? I'm agreeing with you.
But you're asking me to just deconstruct my worldview for what? For your
No,
worldview?
I'm asking you to give me the only reason why I don't believe in objective morality is because it doesn't exist. I don't see it anywhere.
so if it doesn't
so I know that
exist-
morality is subjective by experience. That's part of my experience. That doesn't mean
Okay.
anything. So if you
but
can
you obviously
prove
don't live that
otherwise,
way.
then we can go.
You don't live that way.
I
Because
hold to my subjective opinion on what is good or what is bad based on what I
It's not
understand to
just
be
merely
harmful or
subjective,
not
because you're calling
harmful.
others to also uphold it as well.
Yeah, because I believe it.
You believe it to be what?
I believe it to be true.
Okay, so then
From
we're
my
right- yeah, we're right back to you
subjective
making a truth claim.
from my subjective perspective.
But it's not-
Where
again,
why
it's not
can't I do
objective.
that? Why can't I do that?
Well, you can't. It just doesn't have any weight or
Okay.
validity.
So
Why-
you
why
then
would I
you
come to
then
believe-
then you
why
have
would
your
I deconstruct?
I don't think your
Why would I-
opinion is worth anything. What you're saying to me right now doesn't mean anything. You're wrong.
Correct. From your
Right.
worldview, nothing.
So
anybody has to
you're
say-
wrong because morality is subjective. You're wrong. And do you agree
How
with
am I-
me? Or do you agree with
How
me?
am I wrong from your worldview? How am I wrong?
Your what you're saying is incorrect factually. There are objective facts. There's
How is it
objective
factually
truths.
wrong?
Well,
factually
speaking, there is no objective morality.
I didn't make the claim that there is objective.
Great. So end of
the
conversation. It was
claim that
nice.
you
You know
can't say
what?
that
You know what?
something's wrong.
Sweat and cowboy. Yeah, and I agree. So it's nice for you to come up. If you
So
can't
then
show objective morality,
why would I get rid of the Bible if you can't give me something to believe in besides, well, it's all meaningless nothingness?
no, the
anyways.
Bible causes harm, and I think we should cause less harm. Unless you think we should cause more harm, or harmful things are good. Do you think harmful
I
things are
didn't make
good?
the claim- No, I did not
Okay,
make the
so
claim
that's
that,
why I would
harmful
say
things are
let's
good.
dump
I'm
the
making the claim
harmful.
that Joel
I
can't
would say
even
let's
argue
dump
something
the
is harmful.
Let's dump the. Yes, I can. Harmful things that are
what is
harmful.
harmful?
Things that are harmful. Things that cause harm. Let's say psychologically or physically, and those types of things.
Okay, can people believe in false things?
People certainly can believe things that are not true. Yeah, you believe in objective morality, possibly, and that's absolutely not true. So yeah,
Oh, can you objectively say that objective morality is not true?
yeah, because it's just you can't prove it. It's impossible.
Paradox. Correct. It's a paradox because you can't make the claim that something is true. And
No,
you can't
there's
even
a
make the
difference
claim that
between
determinism
objective
is true.
reality versus objective morality. Why are you conflating those two things? Is it
Say that
it's
again.
just-
I missed that.
There's a difference between objective reality and objective morality.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm saying there's an objective reality, right? And I'm saying there's no in the world of objective reality, there's no objective morality. You agree with me And you will not be able to prove otherwise. No, I'm sick of this. Sweatin, I'm sick of the game. You can't prove objective morality, but your whole argument here is the objective. I don't care. I don't care about the joke. It is a funny joke or whatever, but I can't keep doing this because people are leaving the live. They're so bored. Okay, going around in circles on this is so boring. You can't prove objective morality. So you keep on trying to give me the burden. I'm not interested in the burden anymore. I'm not interested in going around in circles. This isn't a fun game for me. I don't really care for Philbro bullshit, okay? You can try to prove objective morality or I will disconnect you.
Okay, I can prove you're philosophically inconsistent.
Thank you for being there, whatever your name was, but I'm just... You can always say that I can't have something, right? Which is an opinion. You're saying, Joel, you can't have the opinion because objective morality doesn't exist. Okay, but I do have the opinion and objective morality doesn't exist. Prove to me objective morality exists. That's what we need. We need the objective morality. Prove it. I don't have time for this.
Hey, Joel, stay.
I gotta go.
All right. See ya.
Okay, see ya.
Take care. Now, for everyone else, it can be so hard for Joel and I to line our schedules up. We're in different time zones, but when our schedules do line up, it's magic. And we're about to hear that in this next clip. The guest is a known culprit on TikTok, a guy who goes around claiming to be a super genius logician of some sort, and it just loves himself, and everyone hates him. And so Joel and I, for whatever reason, decided to really like him this time. And we really leaned into complimenting him the way he compliments himself. And what unfolded was just pure joy, and I'm very happy to get to share this with you. Keep in mind, the guest you're going to hear is a constant asshole on everyone else's lives and always full of himself, and every bit of this is exactly what he deserved. Here is the logician.
Joel, by the way, I don't know if you were gone for a second, but did you hear that you have a new nickname and you're not Two Hole Joel anymore, but you're now the golden boy of the deconstruction community?
I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay. And now my grandma's here. Graham, wait, who is this? What does it say? Gramercy. Welcome in. What's your age and religion?
So I'm 45. I'm Baha'i, but I believe in all the major religions all at the same time.
Oh, so you think that Allah is the one true only God?
Yep.
And so you also believe that Yahweh is the one true only God?
I think they're exactly the same being.
Do you want me to give you a bit of a warning, Mezzo?
I know who this guy is. He's been up here before. Okay. He sucks. Yeah, I know he sucks.
Everybody knows who I am.
Yeah,
I know.
It's probably just because you're like annoying and rude and think that you're better than everybody.
Yeah, but I didn't point out the fact that you're fat and short and weak.
I actually have.
That's a good point. No, he didn't. You're right. No,
if we're gonna throw it.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You didn't point that out.
Let's just get at it. You're balding and you're fat. Right. So if you don't want me to insult me, you don't insult me.
Wait a second. No, I don't mind. I'm into it.
I could point out by the fact that your eyes are too far apart and they're drooping, and you look like you had a stroke. And I could point out the fact that you're balding and losing your hair.
You can't do this. You got to do just like do one at a time, because then we can't. Yeah, we can't hear it. You got to do one and then let me cry about it and then do another one. Okay.
And I don't know if you would like say this, Mezzo, but like, how tall are you? Because he said you were short, but I am actually curious about that.
I'm like 6'1".
You're 6'1"? Oh my goodness, we're so similar in height. How tall are you, Graham?
I'm 6'4".
Shit.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. God must be real.
Actually, so let's make the argument, because I'm a logician, an experimental philosopher and systems theorist, and I could bury you.
Graham,
now there's two ways we can do this.
Graham, before we do that,
you're not allowed to interrupt Joel. You can't do it if he's talking. You're not allowed to.
You just got to slow down, because we're just going to have a conversation. So, Graham, my quick question for you before you get into your logicianness is, like, that picture, your profile picture, is that really you? And can you grow such a big bushy beard? Wow, that's a fantastic
beard. That's really me.
Oh, wait, I want to see that.
That's really me. I'm also jacked.
Oh, my God, you're beautiful.
Look how beautiful he is. He's like a stallion.
I really like your beard color, and your lips are gorgeous. Like you have a pinkish hue on them.
I almost don't believe that that's his real face, because like if you were that handsome, do you think you would behave this way?
You're an 11, dude. You're just just beautiful. Like, I mean, 6'4". I like the salt and pepper look. Your eyebrows are very symmetrical. Is this one of those pictures that's just half of your face, or is this your real face?
It almost doesn't look. It looks like it's
my
AI.
real face.
He's so perfect.
No, it's
just so gorgeous.
It's my face superimposed. It's my
on
face
what?
superimposed, ran through a watercolor filter behind a background.
Oh my goodness!
Did you have makeup on?
No, it's just how the watercolor filter came out.
You just naturally have like a makeup face. Like it looks like you're wearing some foundation at least or something. It's so smooth and beautiful.
I'd love to, Graham. I'm
handsome. It's not.
Graham.
I'm handsome, but it's not.
Graham, hold on a second. I'd love to see your eyes. Do you have can you change it to one where you're like looking up so that we can see your eyes? I bet you they're like just striking. I would love to see his beautiful eyes.
Okay, let's make a bet. Do you think he has like a smoky blue or like a hazel or green, or what do you think?
I think, you know what? I think like like just a striking blue,
like a bright blue. What color are your eyes?
Sort of like wolf.
I'm Italian. I'm Spanish. I'm Egyptian and Jewish.
The brown eyes
and some black.
Beautiful dark brown eyes. Oh, those are probably
sure. So let's get to the argument, because I'm not interested in me.
Yeah, you are.
So one of the things about it is that's
not true. Don't be disingenuous. You're very interested in yourself. You came up here talking about how tall and gorgeous you are.
And by the way, and Graham, we support that. We support self-love. We support somebody that feels good about themselves, and we love that for you. I mean, I'm speaking for me, maybe. Mezzo, would you agree?
I would fully agree. I think more people should be like. I wish more people looked like you, but I think that more people should be as like confident in their looks and their abilities as you are. I think that it would just lead to a better, more beautiful world full of understanding. So like, I think that you're coming from a good place.
Nobody wants to come from my background. Nobody wants to come from my background. Trust me. It's not something.
I don't know. Whatever you've gone through to become who you are, it almost is worth it. Just because of who you are now.
My mother is a psychopath. My father's a grandiose narcissist.
Did you just kick Joel out?
He's also a genius.
Hold on a second. I think we just lost Joel. We're having just a technical thing. Sorry, 1 second.
So I'd like to be able to get to the argument.
Sorry, yeah, I know, but we just had a little technical glitch here where Joel, I think he was trying to look at your pictures and accidentally dropped himself. You knocked him out of his shoes. I think.
If you want to see, if you actually want to see,
You're good.
What I look like in real life,
Graham, hold on a second.
If you want to see what I look like in
1 second. I'm back. I for some reason it echoed, and then I went out of the app, and then it somehow kicked me or something like that.
Okay. Anyway. So sorry about that, Graham. You were going to tell us about I think you were saying who your parents are.
Oh yeah, Graham's still here. Hey, Graham.
Sure.
Good to see you.
Hey, how are you, brother? My mother was so geniuses run in my mother's family, and they run in my father's family, but so do criminals and insane people. Lots of psychosis.
And so, did you get a little of all of that?
Yes, I did.
What's like the worst crime you've ever committed?
I won't say that here.
Which side?
It's that bad that you can't even say it here?
Yes.
Okay, now I gotta know what it is. Can you DM it to me?
Yeah, DM it to me too.
I won't say it publicly, but I gotta know.
I've never because it's not something that came up,
Graham,
and something that I'm not going to mention to anyone.
Which side is the hot side? Which side is like all the beautiful people? Where did you get the looks?
Both of my parents were very good looking.
Okay, that's awesome.
Both of my
I don't
parents
know. Look, I'm just be quiet. Just be quiet for a second, Graham. I don't know if you're into this, Mezzo. Mezzo and I have like this secret special sub-only Discord. But I'm tempted, and there's some kinfolk in here. I'm tempted to give Graham a free ride, like give him a free pass to our Discord, just so that we can like get stories, pictures, and different things from him all the time. Do you think we should let him into our Discord for free?
I'm interested.
I don't even know what that means.
If he's willing to, like secretly, obviously not publicly, but kind of share what this crime is that he's thinking about. I would definitely be interested in knowing what that is. But I'd also want to see, like, are you able to turn your camera on, Graham? Or is it Graham?
Yes.
How do I say your name?
Yes.
Graham?
Gramercy.
Gramercy.
It's
I just think it would be helpful because there's not very many people here right now, and we might like double our numbers if like you were here like on camera. That might just help us out right now. Yeah, we can do full screen.
Go ahead,
too.
Graham. Go ahead.
Yeah, my camera's not activated. I don't know why.
Oh.
Oh dang it!
So let's just jump to the argument.
You know what it is? The problem is, Graham Mercy, you only have 150 followers. So if we can get him up to 1,000 followers,
on my other profile, I have 2,030.
Oh, well, you wanted to go to that one and come back
from hate speech.
Yeah, let's drop you down and you come back. Graham Mercy,
he's saying he did hate speech. He can't do that one.
Oh no!
That's not the worst thing that you did though, right? The hate speech.
No.
That's just like a small thing.
No, so let's go back. Let me give you a little bit of. Let me give you some background information.
I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. If I don't know what the crime is, like, what if it was something that like is really serious, and I don't want to, like, I'm scared of you. Are you scary?
Yes.
Yes, I don't know if I want to talk to someone scary. Like, I'd have to know what this crime is before I feel like we can go forward with an argument. Because if you're like a scary guy, I don't want to like get wrapped up in that. Like, what if you try to?
I guess we can't have the discussion.
You know what I'll do? I'll Graham, you drop down. I'll DM you the Discord link so that you can come into our private sub-only Discord.
No, I'm not.
And then,
that's never getting.
Even though a couple,
I have an idea.
Don't interrupt me. Even though a couple of people have said no, they've begged me not to give you the secret Discord link. I'll give that to you so that you can tell us your crime in there. And then once we know what it is, I'll let Mezzo know. Huh?
I'm not telling you. So we're gonna.
I'm gonna draw some crimes.
I haven't.
And if I get to the right one,
I'm out of here. Bye bye.
Just say yeah. Where'd you go?
Where did he go?
He was gonna.
Oh, okay. Guys, I'm just going to send him the Discord link. Maybe he's doing that plan. If anyone wants to know his crime, please sub to Mezzo. We have a super secret Discord.
I just got a DM. It's from him.
Oh, yeah? What's he saying?
It just says kitty stuff. I don't know what that means.
Gross.
I don't know what that's in reference to.
2 T's, right? 2 T's.
Yeah, it's 2 T's. Yeah.
BBD. Hey, finally both here.
Oh, there you are. Finally, let's do the outro.
Yep, take it away, buddy.
Well, that's it from us. I'm Joel.
I'm Mezzo.
And I'm Joel. And just make sure you follow Bad Bible Debates wherever good podcasts are sold.
Yeah, or wherever you normally hijack them from.
And if you can, like it or leave a comment or anything on whatever platform you're using, please do that too.
That's right, buddy. And be sure to follow me on YouTube and TikTok. That's where we record all of these lives from. So if you want to catch the whole thing live, we got a lot of stuff going on over there.
We're always going live on TikTok and on YouTube. So yeah, definitely follow Mezzo there. And also, hey, look, follow me on TikTok, Joel Reads Bible, or subscribe on YouTube at Joel Reads Bible.
Oh, right. I guess I should say my handle is Mezzo_WS. That's pretty much the same on everything.
That's it from us for now. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Bad Bible Debates.
Dude, I think that went really well.
Actually, you know what? I think that was one of our best.
Oh, I wouldn't say best. I mean, it was okay.
No, I'm not joking.
I really liked your part.
You're so hard on yourself. You know, just listen closer to mine, and maybe you'll get it. You know, I think eventually you will get it. Baby.